Welcome back, Harry Potter TCG family, to another video here at the Common Room. Today, we are going over the newly released Revival fan-made set for the Triwizard Champion. This is going to be a really cool set. It's got 75 cards in there, some fantastic artwork, and some really cool card game mechanics. So we're going to dive right on into it and just kind of go through all of the cards and see what's in here. I will preface by saying I have only seen the teaser cards at this point. I have not looked through the entire set. So we are going to discover all of this together for the first time. So let's dive in. All right, first card is going to be Cedric, Hogwarts Champion. So with every set they do, they usually include a good slew of new champion or witches and wizards for you to use as your characters or just to include in decks. And this is no different. It looks like there's a good chunk of them here. So we have Cedric, Wizard, or Hogwarts Champion. I keep wanting to say wizard. He is a wizard in a Hufflepuff. Once per turn, you may discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck. You may take a card with printed power cost equal to one of the discarded cards, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. That's actually a really good ability. I could see that one being used pretty well. All right, next we've got Charlie Weasley. I want to say first and foremost, I love the watercolor art style on this one. And then the dragon in the background is just fantastic. That's top tier. I'll just gonna leave it there. This is another character. You know, it is. I know that not every character kind of has like the typings, if you will. Like Cedric has Hufflepuff because he's obviously Hufflepuff, but then Charlie doesn't have one because, I mean, it makes sense. He's not part of any of the 4 schools, you know, or 4 classes there. But it says, oops, let me get back to this one. When you play this card, if you have 8 or more lessons in play, you get an extra action this turn. And then if you have 8 or more lessons in play, you may ignore additional costs on cards you play. So that could be really good too. This is kind of more of a late stage character. I could see this being added into a deck, not so much as a starting character, but it could be. It could be. If you have fast ramp, that could very much be in it. The next one we have is an event card, Cruciatus Curse. That's that is dark, and it is actually a dark card. Look at the opponent's hand, choose a card in their hand, and put it under this card. Before each of your turns, do damage to that opponent equal to the card's printed power cost. That is diabolical, and I absolutely love it. Wow, that is a cool card. I know it costs 8, so it is again more of like a mid to late game card. But what a way to close a game on. You can just start pinging them for some high cost. I mean, imagine if they have like an 8 cost card that you slip under there and then they're taking 8 damage before each of your turns. It's not even just like your opponent's turn, it's each of your turns. So literally on your turn and your opponent's turn, if this card, for example, if you put another Cruciatus Curse in there, then they're taking 8 damage. Yeah. Before each of your opponent's turns, do damage to that opponent equal to that card's printed power. Yeah, so it doesn't affect both. It just affects them. That is crazy. Facing the Dragon is the next one. It's a Quidditch card spell. Choose one, then each... Oh, choose one of the below. Choose one, and then each of the opponent may discard one of their lesson card in play. If they do, they choose one. Search your deck for a creature card and put it into play, then shuffle your deck. Rating's tough. Do 6 damage to a player or draw 3 cards. So there's some good choices here. And honestly, it's kind of high risk, high reward in the way of, if your opponent chooses to discard a lesson, they get to do it as well, which could be pretty nasty. If you're playing a creature deck, that could be pretty good. You could get some really high cost creatures out. Yeah, search for a creature card and put it into play. Yeah, no Doesn't require any kind of cost. That's crazy. I already know what kind of deck I'm building. You got Fleur, Bobaton Champion. So she says, once during each of your turns, when you use an action to play a card that shares a keyword, except unique, with another card you played that turn, you get one more action. So if you're going to be playing a lot of the same types of cards, then obviously outside of unique, then she would be a good wizard witch to throw in there. You know, maybe as a starting character even. All right, we got Garrick Ollivander. This card provides 1 power for each card you control with a card under it. You may use an action to put a card from your hand under a card you control face down. Actually, I think that might go hand in hand with the Cruciatus Curse too. So I'm just saying there's some synergy there. That's going to be a good one. We have Harry, 4th Champion, the infamous 4th Champion. At the end of each of your turns, if you activated a card ability that turn, you may draw cards equal to that card's printed power cost, then put that many cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's really good deck cycling right there. That's actually, I could see this card, I could see this champion being included in a lot of decks. Hermione Yule Debutante. I'm sure. Hold on. I'm sure I butchered that, but that was kind of fun to say. I don't know what that is. Yule something. Once per turn, once per turn, whenever a lesson card is put into your discard pile from your deck, you may put that lesson card into play. You want some lesson ramp? That's a good one to throw in there. Maybe with like the creature stuff. I mean, hey, I'm just saying that could be some decent lesson ramp, especially if you play a lot of lessons. All right, this one is, I eyed it as soon as we started this video. I'm gonna figure out a way to make this work because the Hogwarts Library charms cards a location. Once during each player's turn, whenever they use an action to play a book, they may reveal the top card of their deck. They may play that card without using any actions. If they don't, they put it on the bottom of their deck. So you get you can essentially get a free action if you played a book that turn. I just feel like this is calling all of my fellow Ravenclaws to action here. I'm just saying. We got this is one of the very first teaser cards we got here. The Chieftainess Mercus. Creature card. To play this card, return 3 of your creature lessons from play to your hand. Once during each of your turns, when you play a lesson card, you may count the number of creatures in play. Do that much damage to each opponent. So if you're super heavy-handed on creature lessons, you could start really hitting them hard. This again is like another mid to late game creature card to really just close out a game, I feel. But I'm excited. I want to build a deck with this in it. I feel like this could be really good. We got Navigating the Maze. It's a transfiguration spell. Choose one, then each opponent may discard one of their lessons from play. If they do, they choose one. So it's another card from above. Search your deck for an event card and put it into play, then shuffle your deck. Trade a card in your hand with a card in your sideboard. Oh, that's nifty. Oh, that is nifty. Okay, and then draw 3 cards. Wow, that is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The sideboard is definitely a revival thing. I don't think they had that in Classic, so I don't think you would ever be able to play that for a Classic type of, well, I mean, it's a revival card again, but that one is pretty interesting. I kind of want to see that one get played. All right, then we've got another character, Ron, Betrayed Friend. He's a character, if there is an adventure in play, your opponents play with their hands revealed. You may use an action to choose an adventure in play and a card in any player's hand with the same name and discard them. Okay, interesting. We've got Saving Fleur's Sister. An event, when you play this card, choose one of your other cards in play, other than your starting character, and give control of it to an opponent while this card is in play. There's got to be some diabolical cards in here that would really work with. there's got to be some diabolical cards. And by the way, anybody that sees really cool combos that you think could really pop off, make sure you comment them in the comment section below, because I want to see what you guys are thinking about this set. So far, I think it's pretty good. We got Searching the Lake. It's a potion spell. Choose one, then each opponent may discard one lesson from play. If they do, they can choose one. Choose up to 12 non-healing cards in your discard pile and shuffle them back into your deck, so it's a good healing option there. Put up to 2 non-healing cards from your discard pile into your hand, or draw 3 cards. Pretty simple. The 4 champions. The Triwizard champions. Should be the quadruple champions. Quad wizard champions. It's a spell starting with you. You and an opponent take turns choosing an effect that has not been chosen. So, so you got to go back and forth choosing these things. So somebody's going to draw 3 cards. Somebody's going to choose a card in play and discard it. Somebody's going to count the number of different keywords in play. Somebody's going to do that much damage. Do that much damage to a player. Somebody's going to choose a player. They choose and discard 2 cards from their hand. That is crazy. All right, so that could really just flip a game upside down. That's fun. I like that one. All right, we've got the Hedge Maze. It's another location. Whenever a card is discarded from play, put it under this card. If you do 1 damage to that card's controller. So this would actually be really good to start discarding cards. So it might be good to, for the 4 champions there. You could ultimately use that, I think, with it. All right, we've got another character, the Patel twins. So once per game, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck. You may take that many lesson cards from your deck, reveal them, and then put them into your hand. That could be a cool. I don't see this obviously being a starting witch, but I think you could honestly use this with the Hedge Maze really easily to do a huge sum of damage. You just need a lot of card draw mechanic to get a lot of cards in your hand, and then boom, pop them. All right, we've got Tournament Preparation. Hermione's hair is just going wild over there. When I had my long hair, I need a haircut actually again, but my hair is short again. When my hair was really long, if I didn't do anything to it, that's what my hair looked like, just way curlier. Fun fact. Tournament Preparation. So it's a spell. If you have at least 3 different lesson types in play, do 8 damage to an opponent. If you have at least 4 different lesson types in play, draw 3 cards. If you have at least 5 different lesson types in play, choose 2 of an opponent's cards in play and discard them. So this is good to run multiple lessons in. We've got the Triwizard Cup. This is another teaser card that we saw at the beginning. Transfiguration card item. This text is small. Hold on. Your first non-lesson card each turn needs 3 power to play. Whenever you play your first non-lesson card each turn, choose an opponent. They may choose 1. Draw a card, do 2 damage to a player, or put up to 2 non-healing cards from their discard pile on the bottom of their deck. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good one, actually. We've got another character, Victor Durmstrang, champion. So once per turn, when an opponent discards 1 or more cards from their hand and or play, they choose 1. You draw a card, they take 2 damage. Interesting. This could be really good if you're doing like a life is a resource type of deck, I would think. That could be pretty cool there. All right, page 2. We are, like a third of the way through? Maybe a little less. All right, we got Aspiring Champion. Spell card. Put any number of lessons with different names from your discard pile into play. Oh, okay. That could actually be really useful to re-accelerate some lessons from your discard pile. That's pretty good. We got Cedric's Wand. It's obviously an item. Once during each of your turn, when you discard 2 or more cards from your hand, you may put one of the discarded cards from your discard pile on top of your deck. So it kind of allows you to heal a little bit. It also provides a charm lesson type. Crocodile Skin Handbag. Whenever you discard any of your non-advanced lessons from play, you may put them under this card. Before each of your turns, you may put a lesson under this card into play. Okay, so again, another way to kind of just accelerate. There's a lot of acceleration in this, and it seems like a lot because there's a lot of different options, but clearly you cannot play all of these in the same decks. Take a lot of skill to pull something like that off. So, interesting though. Next one is Dead End event. Whenever an opponent puts a non-lesson card into play, discard it. If you do, discard this card. Wow, okay, so that literally just, it's a dead end. It puts a stop to whatever your opponent's doing. That is crazy. We've got the Dragon Pen. Oh, I love the artwork for this. I love dragons, guys. I'm the one that built that Dragon and Owls deck, and I think the very first tournament I ever played in, I think I got like 3rd or 4th place with it too. Probably will never have that kind of insane luck again, though. We'll see. There's supposedly some good dragons in here, and I actually can see one, you know, as we look a little bit further down, but... All right, it's a location. Whenever a player draws one or more cards during their turn, they may reveal them. If any of them have a printed power, cost of 8 or more, they may put a lesson card from their hand into play. So this is really good if you've got a lot of high-cost cards and you run a lot of lessons. We've got Finding Dates. Very nervous Harry there. This art is hilarious. I love this. Spell card. In turn order, each player searches their deck. They may take a witch or wizard card and put them into play, then shuffle their deck. Until the beginning of your next turn, your opponent's character lose all abilities. So it's good. It's a way to help get your character, a character from your deck out, but it also is going to help your opponents get a character out. However, they do lose all their abilities for at least that one turn. So it is kind of good. It still gives you the advantage. We got Floor's Wand, an item. Once per turn, you may use an action to look at the top 6 cards of your deck. You may reveal a card that shares a keyword except unique with at least 6 of your cards in play and or discard pile and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order, then you may play that card without using any actions. Again, another acceleration thing. Has a little bit higher of a cost because you got to have 6 of the same types of cards. But if you're running a lot of the same types, I'm just saying that's a good option. All right, Golden Mist. An event card. Whenever an opponent would draw 1 or more cards, except during their draw step, instead put that many counters on this card and then draw that many cards. Then, if this card has 2 or more counters, discard it. So it's a good way to kind of like accelerate some more cards to your hand. Just saying, maybe the Patel sisters. The twins, I should say. All right, we got Harry's Wand. I kind of like this art too. This is kind of cool. Whenever you draw 1 or more cards, except during your draw step, do 1 damage to an opponent. If you do have a Harry Potter card in play, instead do 2 damage. So a little incentive to play Harry there. We've got the Hungarian Horntail. Absolutely killer artwork. I freaking love this card. I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that they teased already as well, because I do know I've seen this one. To play this card, return 2 of your creature lessons in play to your hand. At the end of each turn of your turns, do 2 damage to all creatures and players. So that does affect your own creatures as well, mind you. It says do 2 damage to all creatures and players. So it will hurt you as well, but you're also going to be doing 7 damage to your opponent. So, I mean, it's, again, this is, you're trying to close a game out. You know you're not going to self-KO. Slap this baby down, man. Slap that Hungarian Horntail down. All right, we got Into the Great Lake. I love this card, too. I live in Michigan, so I'm surrounded by the Great Lakes, and we've got a card about the Great Lake. I know it's not the same Great Lakes, but it's kind of cool. All right, spell. Choose, search an opponent's deck, choose a card in their deck, and discard it, then shuffle their deck. Do damage to that opponent equal to the card's printed power cost. That's diabolical. I mean, you are paying a hefty price. It's 10 lessons potion for that card, but that is diabolical. I love it. All right, we've got Lake Arena. It's a location. Once per turn, each player may use an action to discard the top card of each player's deck. Each player who discards a card with the lowest printed power cost takes damage equal to the highest printed power cost discarded. So you want to... cards with no printed power count as a 0. So you want to discard something high. Interesting. Again, it's like a high risk, high reward situation. We got the Prefect's Bathroom, another location. Players cannot play non-lesson cards unless they have at least 3 lessons in play. I like that. It's a good early game to stop somebody in their tracks. We got the Sphinx's Riddle. An event before each opponent's turn, they declare a card type, then they reveal the top card of their deck. If it is not the declared card type, they take 3 damage. I like that. I like that a lot, especially if you're running like mono lessons. That's pretty good. Oh, it's a declared card type. Yeah, so I mean that could still work. We got the Swedish Short Snout. That's a tongue twister, just waiting to trip me up. To play this card, discard 2 of your creature lessons from play. When this card is discarded from play, do 9 damage to an opponent. That is crazy, and it's doing 9 damage each turn. That's pretty hefty. We've got the Real Hogwarts Champion. Support Cedric Diggory, the Real Hogwarts Champion. I love that. Nice adventure card here. So play this card only if you have at least 3 lessons in play. The effect is before each of your opponent's turns, they discard cards from the top of their deck until they discard a lesson card. To solve it, your opponent discards their hand. That, I mean, that could be really bad. Opponent's reward, you discard 1 card from your hand for each lesson type your opponent has in their discarded pile. So if your opponent is running a lot of different types, that could hurt you a lot as well. But if they're running mono, you're safe. You just discard 1. All right, tie for the cup. Each player counts the number of cards in their hand. All players discard their hand, then draw cards up to the highest number. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. That could be really good with the Patel. Listen, I'm telling you, I just see them. I see it building. We got the Unexpected Couple. Another event, whenever you play 1 or more lessons, you may have each player draw a card. So there's a little card ramp for you. Like it. See, look, I'm already starting to think, like, there's a lot of ways you could ramp up yours and your opponent's hand and then use it to your advantage in a major way. We got Victor's Wand, which is an item. Whenever a card is discarded from play during your turn, do 1 damage to an opponent. A little slow trickle there, I like it. The Weighing of the Wands. An event, whenever an opponent plays a spell, they choose 1 of their lessons in play and return it to its owner's hand. Interesting, a little kickback action. I dig it, I dig it. We've got the Yule Ball event. Each of your characters provides 1 power. This power does not have a lesson type. So you'll have to have the actual lesson type already present on the board. You got the Yule Ball Garden, a location. Before each player's turn, they may take a non-advanced lesson card from their discard pile and put it into their hand. I also really love this artwork. I should have said that first. That is incredible artwork. But yeah, that's a pretty good card too. I mean, all of these I'm seeing so far, I'm seeing some really good usage. Like, there's really good usage out of these cards you can get. Accio Firebolt. Search your deck for an item card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Pretty simple, straightforward card there. Ageline. It's a spell. Choose an opponent's character in play. Until the beginning of your next turn, that card loses all abilities. Do 4 damage to that opponent. That is incredible. I love that card. My God, I just have so many decks I want to build at this point already. And we're only like... we're a little over halfway through. We got the Aging Potion. Do 2 damage to an opponent. Shuffle this card into your deck. Oh, that's diabolical too. Whenever you play a lesson card, you may play this card from your discard pile without using an action. So if it did get discarded anyway, you play a lesson card, you just bump it right back. That's got some good cycling ability. You can, especially at the end of a game. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I'm getting some nasty ideas here. We got the Bat Bogey Hex. Do 4 damage to an opponent. If you have a card in play with a printed power cost of 8 or more, do 7 to them instead. That is good. Bubblehead Charm. Do 3 damage to an opponent. If you drew at least 3 cards this turn, you may play this card without using any actions. That's really good. Champions Dance. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Starting with you, you and an opponent take turns choosing a card that has not been chosen. Put the cards you chose into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Okay, so another little like, I love that some of these are just like games. You know, it's a little revolving game there. We've got the Chinese Fireball. I love this. I love the dragons so much, and I hate that they cost so much because it's hard to ramp up that fast with creatures. I know there's ways to do it. There is definitely possible. I'm not the greatest Harry Potter player out there, not even close. So I'm gonna have to build a deck of practice pretty good with these. Let's see. To play this card, discard 2 of your creature lessons from play. When you play this card, choose an opponent's card and play and discard it. So pretty good right there. Straightforward. I like it. We got choose your dragon. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put a card from among them into your hand. If you put a lesson card into your hand, you get an extra action this turn. So there you go. A good way to accelerate maybe some more lessons into play. Choose one of your creatures in play. It does damage to an opponent. If it's a dragon, you may choose one of that opponent's cards in play and discard it. Ooh, okay. So that's a good way to just target cards on the field instead if you really wanted to. I like it. We got the exhibition match. To win, play 4 lessons while this card is in play. Prize, do 10 damage to an opponent. Pretty good for a 1-cost card, I'm just saying. We got the first aid tent. So at the end of each of your turns, shuffle non-healing cards from your discard pile up to the number of lessons you played that turn into your deck. All right, that's pretty good. We got Gillyweed. Whenever you play a lesson card, you may remove all damage counters from one creature in play. That'd be really good if you are playing heavy creatures. We got the Golden Egg. I love the artwork on this one too. Whenever you play a lesson card, put a counter on this card. You may use an action to count the number of cards on this card, then discard it from play. If you do that damage to an opponent equal to that number. Pretty straightforward. We got the Grindylow attack. Search your deck. You may take a creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. An opponent may choose and discard 2 cards from their hand. If they do, you may put that creature. Oh, if they do not, you may put that creature into play. That could be really good if you've got a high-cost creature. Yeah, you do have to reveal it, so that's the only problem there. I think it'd be a little bit more fun if you didn't have to reveal it, but that would be really risky for the opponent. And we got Impressive Flying. So it says, do 2 damage to an opponent. The next Quidditch spell you play this turn needs 3 less power to play. It's pretty good. Leave the others. Do 6 damage to an opponent. The first time you take damage on that opponent's next turn, prevent that damage. That is a really good card. High cost, good card. We got the Maze Spider. When this card is discarded from your deck, you may put it into play. If you do, choose an opponent. They may put a spell card from their discard pile into their hand. It's not bad, actually. We got the Mermaid Painting. Whenever you play any number of lesson cards, you may put that many cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw that many cards. That's actually a pretty good one too. Oh, here we go. Here's the other mermaids. This is the one I heard there was more mermaids. I was kind of waiting to see what we'd come up with here. We've got the Merperson Guard. Whenever you play a lesson card, you may put an opponent's card in play under this card. If you do, for each other opponent's cards under this card, their owner either puts it into play or discards it. Okay, so you can only have one, essentially. Merperson Villager. Whenever you play 1 or more lesson cards, you may do 2 damage to an opponent. That's pretty good. I like that one. 1 champion down. Choose an opponent's non-character card in play and discard it. Your opponent may prevent this by choosing one of their character cards from their hand or in play and discarding it. Interesting. Outside assistance. Look at the opponent's hand. You may choose a card from their hand and discard it. The opponent may take 5 damage. If they do, they look at your hand. They may choose a card from your hand and discard it. Okay, so it's a little equal action there. Rekindled Friendship. Whenever an opponent plays a lesson card, if they have more lessons in play than you, you may discard this card from play. If you do, search your deck for up to 3 lesson cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. That's a good little card. Self-Transfiguration. To play this card, discard one of your cards with a printed power cost from play. Oh, it's just any card with a printed power cost. Okay. Search your deck for a card with print power cost of 2 or more than the discarded card and put it into play. Then shuffle your deck. Okay, so that's a really good way to just put something a little bit higher powered into your deck. I see what it's doing now. We got the Sphinx. Once during each opponent's turn, whenever they play a card with a printed power cost, you may discard a card with a greater printed power card from your hand. If you do 5 damage to that opponent. That's actually not bad. Listen, there's just a lot of synergy I'm seeing with some other cards here. Stupefy a Dragon. Choose a creature in play and do 2 damage to it. If the chosen creature is a dragon, instead do 9 damage to it. This is very specific. I don't know if that one will see a lot of play, but if people start playing a lot of dragons, it may be a staple. Under Moody's control, so do 7 damage to an opponent. Then that opponent may discard 2 of their lessons from play and or their hand. If they do, you take 7 damage. What you'll sorely miss, not surely. Choose an opponent, they discard one of their cards in play with the highest printed power cost. Then they take damage equal to that card's printed power cost. Oh my gosh, that one's diabolical. Not only are you losing your highest printed card on there, but you're taking damage to it too. Oof. Care of Magical Creatures, 4th year. This card only provides power for creature cards. You may use an action to discard this card from play. If you do, put a creature card from your discard pile into your hand. Okay, good way to bounce it right back. Charms, 4th year. I think these are all going to be kind of the same, right? Yeah, it only provides power for charms. You may use an action to discard this card. If you do, choose an opponent's adventure in play and return it to their hand. We've got Flying, 4th year. This only provides Quidditch for Quidditch cards. You may use an action to discard this card from play. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may put them at the top or bottom of your deck in any order, then you may draw a card. You got Potions, 4th year. This card only provides power for potion cards. You may use an action to discard this card from play. If you do 3 damage to an opponent. And then Transfiguration, 4th year. This card only provides power for Transfiguration cards. You may use an action to discard this card from play. If you do, the next card you play this turn needs 3 power less to play. And that is the final card. That is all 75 cards for the set. There's a lot of good cards here, man. There is a lot of good cards here. I mean, you saw me, just my wheels are just the whole time. But again, I want to know what you guys think about this set. Make sure you let me know down below in the comment section. And what some good, unique combos you think you can come up with here. What are some existing decks that could be powered up with some of these cards? Or what are some decks that have previously been lacking that maybe are now going to be viable because of some of these cards? I'm very curious to hear what you guys think down below. I am a creature goblin, man. I love creatures. I'm going to 100% be doing an update to my dragons and owls deck, and probably using that here pretty soon. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you let me know in the comments below if you enjoy these Revival sets as well. Let the team know and show your appreciation for the Revival team if you do enjoy these sets. And that's all we have. We'll see you guys in another video.